That's 2. One more fin rear makes 3 agility. Well, 6 agility spheres, but 3 kills on the agility meister here. Okay. Then I need to fight Juggernaut. Come on, go down, please. Thank you. That's you, my strength. There it is. I need defense, which is tank it. And do this twice. The annoying one is magic, because I actually have to pay attention to that one, because we have to fight the Flan again. My game mind stats may be a little bit different when I actually pull Walk into the team. Like I said, every team member has their own different base stats, so Waka's base stats may be slightly different than the base stats of the rest of the team. That's the defense. We need to fight Vidatu once. And he'll be very easy. As I said, very easy. Okay. Now we have to fight Jumbo Flan 3 times. I'm amazed that Anima has not had a gigantic stat boost. It's kind of interesting. Doing a lot more damage, though. I think the last time we did this, Anima was only dealing like 45,000 damage. Something like that, at least. Maybe not. Maybe Animo is doing this much. I don't know. Damn it. That wasn't an overkill? Let me go ahead and use what we have. So there's the strength. There's one of the defenses. Let's see. Another defensive. Oh my god, I have to go get more freaking ability spheres. God, that sucks. To actually have to go get more of that so we can get the last items. I have what, level 1? Yeah. I was gonna say, I was pretty sure I had a level 1 key sphere. Somewhere. Okay, that was that. We need the MP. And this is where Tia's gonna have to stop for now, because we just don't have an ability sphere to pick up Jinx. Not that it really matters all that much. Okay, where is he at? So he still needs magic and agility. We are very rapidly getting there. Okay. Let's go get some of the stats that we need. So, we're going to do an ability against Kados. Probably should get more strength while I'm at it. So we're actually almost done. So we're actually, the area that we're passing through right now is the very start of Lulu Sphere Grid. Once we are out of Lulu Sphere Grid, it's just into Kamari's. And then there's, I think, some slight side area we might have to go to, but that's about it. So should be done with grinding, or with stat grinding in less than an hour, if not faster than that. It's been a long road. A very long road. It's like we have that side area to the left there, side area to the right. So it's just a bunch of these like small, you know, hey, this is a tiny area that you just have to hit up real quick because you had no reason to go here earlier. Did I not just get... Oh, damn it, Kados. He only gave me two ability spheres I didn't notice. And unfortunately, I do need a couple more than that. No, ability. Thank you. Can you give me 40, please? Can you actually give me your full amount? Pretty, please. Sugar on top. Thank you. Don't make this take longer than it has to. Okay. So, Titus, you still need agility. Where's my agility spheres? Okay. You're like on screen you can see these are the last of the last. This is it. Okay, Titus, you're 255 agility. Yes. Oh, wait, there's one I left back down there. That one. Please do not make me go grind for more spheres that are not strength spheres. I'll be kind of upset. Are you done? You need 2 more. Okay, so now you're back. Riku should probably already be capped out if I had to make a guess, but we're just going to go make sure everybody has everything activated. Makes my life easier. Okay. What stats do we still need? So you need your magic. You need your magic. You need your magic. Okay, so all that you guys actually need right now is magic. Which is both great and terrible odds. Like, that actually kind of sucks. Because it means I actually have to go deal with that. Okay. Need at least 2 more of these. And hopefully I actually get the overkills on these and do it right this time. Because we actually do need that. Lancet and Oblivion. How did that not kill him? Darn it, like, did we become weaker in some way? Like... no. Turn. Talk to the old man. Thank you. Or did I just forget the strategy that we came up with? I probably just forgot the strategy we came up with. It's fine. Not a big deal. Just annoying as hell is all. Nice. Okay, apparently I just forgot the strategy or something. I don't know, because I was actually gonna go for the punches, but and it gave me dark matter too. God, I wanted to be done with this nonsense. Like, I'm actually very irritated that we have to deal with this thing again. Hey, Wonder Girl. Unfortunately, we are still doing this. We are finishing up getting the final non-HP stat boost, and then we have to fight Ironclad another, like, 10, 15 times. And then we're done. We're actually very close. The sphere grid is almost completely full. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of impressive. How are you not dead? Seriously. Like, I don't understand how this thing is not dying. Well, it's not that it's not dying, actually. The problem is that it's not overkilling. Which is making this take longer, because for some reason Anima is no longer capable of overkilling this thing. I don't know what changed. Yeah, I will not be finishing first. Not at this rate. God, we cannot get an overkill. How many magic spheres is that now? Okay, where does this put us? Does that finish you off? No, we need one more, apparently. Ah, that is level 2 key sphere we need for that one. There we go. Okay, how are we looking? So you're done, you're done. Tidus needs one more magic. Okay, fine. We will do one more magic. Okay. Am I just getting low rolls in all of these? Is that what it is? That was a pretty low one. That was... Wow, that was really low. We're getting some very low rolls in this damage. Kind of impressed, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, are you dead? No, of course you're not. And of course you're regen again, because you're just not gonna make my life nice. I'm so glad I am now done with you. Okay. Here's the final magic sphere. I'm not gonna bother using it right now, there's no point. Instead, I'm gonna turn on autoplay again, and we're gonna go fight Ironclad a while. Okay, that is it for non-Ironclad grinding. So every one of the remaining orbs on the sphere grid, if it is not already an ability orb, is now going to become an HP orb. And apparently we're just not going to overkill anything. There we go. Okay. This is just the long grind to HP mastery. Then we get to fight a certain boss 45 times. So we just get to beat bosses over and over and over. Ah, God. Thankfully, as far as I recall, none of the... Oh, hey, we finally did it. Okay, let me go deal with that real quick. I was wondering when that would happen. We have finally gotten too many weapons. Well, the good news is we need all the money we can get. So this is helping to refill my coffers. Not as much as I would necessarily like, to be honest, but this will help. If you're sitting there going, "Nye, you're gonna have crap tons of money. What do you mean this will only help?" Well, this is not gonna be enough. By, unfortunately, any stretch of the imagination. I'm gonna be pretty happy if we actually hit 3 million. Ooh, we actually might hit 3. 4 is not gonna happen, though. I say that. I'm really hoping it does happen. Not likely, but considering how much money we're gonna need for the remainder of this nonsense, the less money grinding I have to do, the better. I swear, sometimes just not reading my A button inputs. I don't know why. Oh, are we actually gonna hit 4? No. Got close, though. Okay. I'll probably check to see how much HP orbs I have by the end of this. Okay. Oop, didn't want to go all the way over there. Okay. 13's not bad. Still need more. As much as I hate to say that. But 13 ain't bad. Where are my HP? There they are. Okay. I mean, as I said earlier, we're getting so damn close. Just we have to fill all of this. And that's what's gonna just take up the rest of the stuff. As you can see, there's a couple spots like the upper left. Ugh. Are there actually spots on Tidus' sphere grid we haven't done yet? Please tell me no. Am I not as done as I thought I was? Just this, apparently. Okay. Okay, apparently there's a little bit more than I thought there was. I mean, again, it's still not all that bad. Kind of amazed. I thought we had already, like, done Tidus' sphere grid, like, down to the bare bones. But it looks like there's a small section of it that we never touched. The very beginning. Hey, Yearn. Welcome to grinding. How y'all doing? It is kind of absurdly late for you to be on, huh? I mean, you have a point. It is just midnight, but I couldn't help but figure you were one of those, like, more adjusted people that get to sleep at a normal hour. Don't ask me why I thought that. I'm afraid you are not here in time to see anything interesting. I still have a fair amount of auto fight grinding that I have to do. Eddie Izzard playing Who's Afraid of Junior Wolf. Interesting. That does sound like fun. I would love to see just normal Eddie Izzard stand-up at some point, and not just watch on YouTube. Like, I've enjoyed all of his stuff that I've seen so far. There's some of his older stuff that I don't actually understand because he mumbles a lot, but, I mean... that's just part of the charm. Like this is the game with the giant turtle-like giants. I mean, a lot of the Final Fantasies have those. The Adamantois. This one doesn't have particularly big ones. You might be thinking of Final Fantasy 13. Because 13 does have, like, these truly ginormous ones. In this one, they're kind of just giant tortoises that you fight, and they're a regular enemy. I don't even think there's an optional boss. Yeah, there might be an optional boss version of them. I am going to be going through the Omega Dungeon in a bit, and they show up as regular enemies in there. Well, there's a, like, when you go to the normal end game, of Final Fantasy X, so when you get inside Sin, there is Adamantois as a regular enemy, and at the time you're likely to get there, they may be fairly hard to kill. I think I eventually killed one in Final Fantasy 13. I was told that they were really good grind material. I never really messed with them much. And I ended up quitting that game before I finished it because I got really bored. And this is coming from the person who is currently grinding this, so that should tell you a fair amount. Okay. So... I have no idea how many more of these guys I have to kill. I don't know if setting aside an entire weekend is necessarily accurate. That being said, there are a lot of the Final Fantasy bosses that take absolutely forever. Someone told me about one that takes like 8 hours straight, so who knows, maybe that is accurate. Come on, you. Die, please. You do not need to last this long. Okay. Like, I'm so close to being done with grinding. It's not even funny at this point. Like, we are so close to being done. It's just pushing myself. The final. Like, this feels like being at the gym. Like, it's the best way I can describe it. And, like, doing one of those extra long, like, you know, hour long on the elliptical sessions, and you get to those last 5 minutes, and you're like, ugh, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I'm that close. I gotta do it. That's what this feels like to me right now. I think it depends on what you're grinding. I really do. There are some games that I don't mind the grind, and there's some games I really mind the grind. And right now, Final Fantasy X is straddling that line. The problem is, with the grinding that we're doing right now, like, I'm not actually playing the game at this point. I like, have the game on autopilot, and I'm looking at other things because I am really freaking bored. Because at this point, there's no extra, like, strategy to the game. There's nothing to do. You just hit auto attack, and that's all you do. Like, you just hit attack over and over and over. So I actually have the game automatically doing auto attack because there's kind of no reason for me to be wearing out the A button on my controller. So what do I do after the grind? As much as I hate to tell you, still grinding. So the entire point of this playthrough and also this stream is to beat a big boss called Penance. It's the hardest boss in the game. And it basically requires all the stuff that I'm doing. So all of this grinding I'm doing. So the next step after this is I have to kind of get working on my, on the armor I'm going to need to defeat Penance. So that armor requires me to craft something called Break HP Limit. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just getting HP. But the game does not allow me to actually use this HP right now because my characters are at the HP limit, which is 10,000. So I have to have armor that allows me to break the HP limit, which actually sets my HP to, my HP limit is 100,000. So we're not going to hit 100,000 HP. It's not going to happen. But we are going to hit about 36,000 HP. So after I actually unlock all the HP, then I have to go get the break HP limit crafting item, which requires me to beat a specific boss about 45 times. Because he drops that stuff. So we'll go beat him. Thankfully, that boss should be fairly easy to beat. For the most part. I'm not really expecting much trouble from him. So we beat him 45 times. Then we got to go grind another boss to get him to drop armor that I need. So after I finish doing the grind, I grind more. Let's go fight Kados again. After that guy, then we're almost done. There's still, unfortunately, a small amount of grinding that I still have to do, even after all of that is done. And that's just basic prep for the boss. Things like getting mega healing items, stuff like that. Just kind of getting myself to where I need to be. That way, when I fight this mega boss, he has the least possible chance to kill me. So, thankfully, I still have time. Wandergirl, I wish I could help you. If I had more to talk about, this would be a thing. But at this point, we have... No, the boss fight will be tonight. If all goes well, this boss fight will be tonight. I still have about 4 more hours available to me before my D&D game starts. And if all goes fairly well, we'll be able to do that. Yeah, Wander Girl, like, the problem is I've had nothing to talk about. Like, I've talked so much about this game and about the mechanics and stuff like that. There's no... I'll restate it for people who haven't heard it, but that's about it, you know? Like, even some grinding, like, even when I'm grinding something like, when I'm grinding in Kingdom Hearts, when we start doing the Kingdom Hearts stuff, and I start grinding Kingdom Hearts stuff, when we start grinding Kingdom Hearts, you know, it'll be a little bit easier because I'll actually have something to talk about, and the grinding Kingdom Hearts is, like, 1/10 of the grinding we're doing here. Like, the grind to level 99 in Kingdom Hearts 2 takes about an hour and a half. And the grinding for materials takes like 2 or 3 hours. I think well, I don't know enough about like stuff like Birth by Sleep, but yeah, that stuff takes no time. I'm gonna go ahead and save real quick. Not so sure about that. Not sure about deep or soothing, to be honest. Oh, Urine, you might appreciate this, given your profession. In one of my D&D games, I am playing a bard. And as part of my commitment to the game, I have been writing parody songs of various famous, like, lyrical works. So I've had to go and actually figure out, you know, various words that fit rhyme scheme, syllables, and stresses to make it work. Which I feel, you know, it feels good whenever I pull it off, but some of it has not been incredible. But it's been quite fun. I actually feel fairly strong. I did a parody of Modern Major General, and actually have a fairly strong set of lyrics for it. It's been a lot of fun. Like, yeah, this is a slightly different part. What I've been doing is when it's not, like, I have a habit of when I play D&D is that my characters can sometimes take up front and center because I'm the role-playing type of player. I want to interact with people. I want to do stuff. I want to build big stories. So I have to force myself. And I mean, my DMs have told me it's not necessarily a big deal. But I try to force myself to take a step back sometimes to make sure that I am not the front and center person, that I'm actually giving everybody time to shine and be awesome. So while playing this bard, what I do while stepping back is I start writing, you know, the next story he's going to tell or the next song he's going to sing. And my DM's been enjoying it, so she'll give me inspiration for actually performing it. So I currently have... Like, I actually currently have 2 different songs written out. I'm only doing like a stanza and a half. I'm not doing a lot of it because I don't want to take up a ton of time. But I have like 1 or 2 stanzas of various songs that I've written out, and I've adjusted lyrics, and we're also taking like notes on more songs. So apparently, I'm gonna be screwing with a bunch of Disney songs in the near future. So it's kind of fun. I've been trying to put a lot of stuff in there. But the problem is they're very lyrics-oriented, so... because I don't want to do like kind of more basic stuff with extremely common refrains, stuff like that. I want to actually have something that takes some effort. But some of these, like Modern Major General, is really fast to perform, so I have to try to not trip up on it. Gaston's gonna be fun, but I have to actually figure out how I'm gonna write that one. We were while I forget what I was looking up, I was trying to look up a video. I don't know if I was looking for inspiration or something like that, but I was looking up some videos, and I didn't know this. So you're familiar with the barbershop quartet, right? Like old type of singing, 4 guys in the, you know, various vocal ranges all working together for a cappella work. And what I didn't understand, and I don't know why I'm necessarily surprised by this, given, you know, in today's day and age where everybody, no matter your hobby, you can easily find other people with the same hobby. But apparently there are barbershop quartet international competitions, which is kind of interesting to begin with. And I ended up finding on YouTube this quartet group called the Newfangled Four. And they do very similar things. They kind of take these songs and write arrangements, but they're also a little bit of a comedy group, which I love. I enjoy people who kind of build humor around stuff like this. So they end up having a lot of these songs where they start out with a thing you know, so like supercalifragilistic, that song from Mary Poppins, whose name apparently I cannot remember how to pronounce. So they went with the normal start to the song, the normal first stanza, and then every stanza after it, they messed with it and made a joke that rhymes with the word. And some of them I've heard before. One of my, like, one of the, I mean, this joke is old as hell, but, Mahatma Gandhi was a peculiar person. He walked barefoot everywhere to the point that his feet became quite thick and hard. He often went on hunger strikes, and even when he wasn't on a hunger strike, he did not eat much and became quite thin and frail. He was also a very spiritual person. Finally, because he didn't eat much, and when he did, his diet was peculiar, he dealt very bad breath. So he became known as a supercalist, fragile mystic hexed by halitosis. So they worked that into the song. And that was just part of the joke, and they just kind of had like 4 or 5 stanzas with that, and each of the 4 got to like sing one of the stanzas, and they came in as a group to sing the final one. So I watched a couple of theirs. That was not the only one. They did one for that. They did one for Gaston. They did one for, you know, I forget what else they did. But all of these are very, very well done, and I realized that I had to up my game because now I know about them, and they do this in such a great way. And when you combine this with the fact that my character is very full of himself, and, you know, how beautiful he is, and how every guy and girl should want to get in bed with him. Okay, so keep in mind, I just said that flat. Now picture people singing this barbershop quartet style. And it gets even better. So, I have to... So, like, my lyrics tend to talk up how awesome my character is and stuff like that. We have also decided that he is very much like Miguel from Road to El Dorado. So we're very much going to have some of those types of jokes in there, you know. Nuh-uh, stars forbid it. Not today. Like, you know, that sort of thing. It's going to be running jokes like that. It's going to be quite fun, but it's a total pain in the butt. I actually have currently bookmarked on my on Firefox. I actually have a website to help me find rhymes with specific amounts of syllables, and then I just have to figure out where the stresses lie to figure out, can I actually use that word in where I am. And with stuff like, is it Tulio? I thought it was Miguel. I thought Miguel was the one that plays the guitar. Might be Tulio. Whichever one plays the guitar, that's basically who he is. But like we found that I think it was yeah, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. You're probably right. Oh crap, I just realized that. Crap, I have to go fix the lyrics for Master Major General. Damn it! I thought I had it. How did I screw that up, of all things? Oh, I know. Oh, that's right, because okay, I know how I screwed that up. Damn it, I have to rewrite that part. Damn! I thought I was done. Are you familiar with the Major General song? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I've actually had some hankering to play FTL recently. Maybe that'll work. So the Major General song is a old Gilbert and Sullivan song from the 1879 opera called The Pirates of Penzance. It is a extremely fast a cappella song. And or not necessarily a cappella, but it's a very fast solo song, typically with chorus backing. And the idea is it's making fun of generals of the time, or at least generals of the time the play or the musical set in, because at the time, like, to be a general, it had less to do with warfare and more, were you a gentleman? And so the song is fairly famous for its own, number one, it's very fast. It's very, very, taxing on the singer, because there's very little time to breathe, and because you have to kind of get, you have to kind of emphasize, all the, I'm trying to remember the word, there's a word I'm missing, but you have to pronounce everything perfectly. You have to really emphasize the beat, and, there's a little bit of comic timing to the song. And this song has been parodied endlessly because it works so well for everything. So for Animaniacs did one, Mass Effect did one, and there's more. So the idea is, the singer whenever you do one of these parodies, the singer is generally talking about how awesome they are at whatever it is they do. And some parodies play it straight in that, yes, you are actually awesome. And in other parodies, it's actually, no, you're kind of an idiot and you don't realize it. And the original Major General song was, you're an idiot and you don't realize it. So, I'm playing one of them where actually it is supposed to be kind of playing it straight. It does actually think he's an amazing bard, and the song is about how awesome of a bard he is. But because of the way the song actually goes, a lot of the stanzas are like 3-syllable rhyme, 3-syllable rhyme, 4-syllable rhyme, 3-syllable rhyme. So it has a very, very specific pattern to it. So I'm gonna give you an example. This is the first 2 stanzas while we wait for this combat to end. I am the very model of a modern major general of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news, with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and animalculous. In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern major general. Now, again, how much that actually matters to be a major general. But I have to set up. I kind of messed with the pattern. I was the rhyme that I did worked best for the joke. So there's a joke that happens at the end of that first stanza. So about binomial theorem, I'm teeming with a lot of news. And then the song pauses for a second. Crap, where is it? I'm actually trying to look up. There's a... The song pauses for a second because the general realizes that he doesn't have a good rhyme for that. And then he comes up with hypotenuse and he looks very proud of himself because that actually worked. So I wanted to fit that joke in. And I realized that I had an option to fit the joke in, but I had to change like lines 5 and 6 to be lines 7 and 8. And apparently when I did it, I didn't actually change the opening of like line 7. So now I have to rewrite line 7. So that's the problem, is I just have to rewrite it, and the problem is, again, that rhythm and pattern is very important. It gets used over and over and over throughout the entire song. So I have to figure out, for the opening of line 7, how do I open that line, keeping the rhythm so I can finish the way I need to. And it's one of those things, like, you have to actually get the stresses right. If you don't get the stresses right, the song does not work. And that applies to a lot of things. Like, you'll, you know, when you look at normal rhymes, like, you will need to actually get stresses right, because while 2 words may rhyme, if they're not stressed the same way, it doesn't like, it's not the rhyme's not as good. And if it's a 1-syllable rhyme, that doesn't matter. Like, you don't actually, there's no stresses are required, because you only have 1 syllable, and the syllable gets stressed no matter what. But as soon as you hit 2-syllable words, different syllables get stressed in a different way in the English language, and that gives you a problem. I would have noticed, I would have eventually noticed before I actually sang it, and I would have switched to one of the other songs I have prepared. But it just kind of annoys me because I only just now noticed it, and I thought that song was ready to go. Like, I was so proud of myself for writing it, and then I just realized that, oh wait, it's not done. I have to go figure out like 7 syllables. Yeah, delicious and ravenous are a really good example. The stresses are different, so the actual sound of the rhyme is different. They are actually rhyming words, but they might not necessarily work. Whereas in some rhyme schemes, they will. Okay, we're gonna see. I might actually be done with this, because that was actually a lot of grinding just now. So I'm actually trying to see if we are actually officially done. Like, you especially notice the syllable and stress nature when you listen to songs that are translated, because in a lot of songs get translated, the translation in one language, if you're trying to do a literal translation across, the words don't fit anymore because the stresses are completely wrong. And so a lot of those, yeah. So what ends up happening is a lot of songs that get translated. Okay, apparently I'm not done. I just realized that I'm not done. We have to use a lot of these to fix up the final section in here with Tidus. But you'll find these with these, you know, foreign translated songs. Damn, I'm out of clear spheres again. Because they don't have like the stresses right, and they don't want to change the entire song. Instead, they tend to hold one word longer, like they stretch out a syllable. And honestly, even in a single language, you'll find artists doing this all the time in popular songs, because they don't want to, like, they can't find a word they like. So instead of changing the rhythm or changing the word, they just hold a syllable for 2 syllables or something like that, because it fits the rhythm. But because the songs I'm messing with are extremely rhythm-based songs, and extreme, like, you know, I'm just singing a cappella, I don't have a, like, musical back to go with it, I have to get it right, because otherwise the song's not going to sound right. There's nothing I can hide behind. Okay. And that stuff just, it drives me up the wall when I'm the one that's doing it, when, like, I'm the cause and I fucked up. It just completely drives me up the wall. Basically, if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna do these parodies, I need to do it right, or I just don't want to do it. And I created a myth for the world with my DM, or well, not with my DM, with my DM's blessing. I created a myth, and the myth didn't end the way I wanted, and I didn't realize that until after I was already actually, like, already performing the myth for the party. So I'm sitting here like, okay, this is gonna sound shitty, and I'm gonna be very upset, and I can no longer fix it. I've already started, so they're gonna get this really weak-ass ending to this myth, and I will be very upset with myself. So I'm gonna go fix it, and I think the excuse is gonna be that my character is not as strong of a bard as he's supposed to be when he recited that myth in his history. But I'm gonna be upset with myself. We need another level 4 key sphere. This should be the last level 4 key sphere I need. Oh, whoops. I'm still on auto battle. Well, there's a definite difference between like it's being someone who wants to get as perfect as you can is almost as bad as someone who half-asses things because neither of you gets anything done. And for me, the inclination to be perfect at something just occasionally comes up. Like, sometimes I'm like, damn it, I want to get this right, and I want it to be perfect. And sometimes I'm like, that's close enough. Okay, we will need to fight the jackass 1 or 2 more times. Sorry, we're going to need to fight the jackass 3 more times. And then I'll probably need to fight Kados 1 more time. Let's let Yuna start doing this. Yeah, I mean, it should middle ground it, but if I'm gonna actually perform this for my party, like, if it was something that I was just doing for myself, if I was just kind of relaxing and just settling back, that's one thing. But if I'm actually gonna perform it, that's something completely different. And another one of my party members feels the same way. We had a scene where I was doing the bard thing. So I was playing a performance in the bar for the night to pay for our rooms. And my performance was supposed to be like 8 hours long or something like that. And because the barkeep, she kind of likes my character. We kind of played that up a little bit, that she and I already have a history, and we kind of like, you know, she kind of likes me. She would not allow me to play for 8 hours straight. She forced me to take a break about halfway through in order to eat. And so I'm like, wait, I can't do that. I gotta keep my crowd warmed up. You know, I don't want to lose my my crowd here. So I had to, you know, I was reaching out to the only other person that I could in the party who could maybe keep the crowd up, who is the extremely straight-laced cleric who doesn't want to do anything and hates my character. And the idea was he comes from a group of people that, like, have a somewhat musical background. A lot of them are sailors and pirates. The idea was he was supposed to have, like, sea shanties. And in character, it might have worked, but out of character, the player's like, nah, man, I'm not doing that unless I have it prepared. I'm not doing it. And then eventually we convinced him, and he eventually did a small thing, and it went extremely badly, which he rolled, I forget, I think he rolled like a 3 on his performance check, even with all the boosts I gave him. Which was hysterical. But you know, it was very much this, like, you know, my character wants that too. And so I understood, like, what he was saying, that he didn't want to do it unless he was prepared. Because I was like, you know, if I'm not prepared, I don't want to do it either. And I don't want to just go in and go, okay, let me find the lyrics to some random Lady Gaga song, and I'll just go ahead and sing that. It's like, nah, I can't do that. I have to actually make it my own and make it fit the world. See, that's the problem, is that in some cases, some of the things I try to do cripple me a little bit. Like, I don't like playing magic, like constructed magic, like tournament magic. I don't like playing it a lot because I don't tend to win a lot. I tend to lose a lot. And for me, part of the fun is the, you know, occasional win that you get. So, you know, it is one of those, like, I don't want to play that because I want to, you know, I do want to actually win. So it does happen from time to time. On the other hand, my room is messy as hell. So that is one of those things that I do not focus on. I mean, it depends on what you're doing. Like, I usually try to go for, like, the 100% in video games, stuff like that for the channel, but there are some games that I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing it. Like, this is one of them. I'm not 100% in Kingdom Hearts. Or, no, I will 100% Kingdom Hearts. I'm not 100% in Final Fantasy X because I refuse to do the lightning minigame. And, you know, that's just one of those, like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. I also, you know, typically do not, I don't edit my videos because I don't feel that's worth my time. So it doesn't show quite as much of a professional, you know, thing, and I'm not trying to get it perfect. So it just kind of depends on what I'm working on. Okay, we gotta fight giant iron asshole. Gotta fight him like a few more times. Okay, my D&D game might not be running tonight. As such, I probably get to play Kingdom Hearts tonight. Which is pretty damn awesome. Okay. God, no, don't give me goddamn dark matter. I don't want to fight this asshole anymore. I'm done. I don't want to fight him anymore. Tidus, are you missing MP? God damn it, Tidus is missing MP. And you'll get another MP thing for Tidus. It's annoying. Somehow he is missing 7 MP. Could you not overkill him? Did you just not have the ability to overkill him? You just had to not overkill him, forcing me to do this one more time. Did you have to be that irritating? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I was gonna have Yuna be part of the main 3 for fighting Penance. But we're very quickly seeing how much she falls off in damage and how fast she does that. And I just don't feel like dealing with that because that's going to make Penance take even longer than he's already going to take. So I'm going to get Wakka in here. It is Yuna, but I was really hoping that when I fully maxed her out, she'd at least be able to, you know, maybe do 90% of Wakka's damage. But she's not. That's long and short of it, she's not. So, that's kind of an issue. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get Riku to finish the sphere grid. And then I'm going to go press the magic cheaty button. Which is, if it works the way I think it does, and I hope it does, it's going to automatically fill in the sphere grid for everybody else. If it doesn't work, Yuna's coming with us anyways. But if it works, we're swapping out Wakka for it. So what I'm really hoping for is that there's a button on the PC version, which it's, well, I can't show it to you on this screen, but there's a button which I believe automatically fills in the sphere grid for all characters. I might be slightly wrong on how that button actually works, but I believe that's what it does. The fun part about that is that if that works, it didn't matter that I put all the time into Unisphere Grid because she'll keep it. Like, she won't lose that, all the work that she put in, but it means that Wakka instantly catches up. And considering I did all of the other stuff for Waka already, it just means that I don't have to do this again for Waka. The reason I'm doing it for Riku is because I'm doing it somewhat legit. Like, I'm actually filling in 3 characters, and then if this works, then we're just going to pretend that it was those 3 characters that I did. As I said, this is mostly for me. It allows me to do that. I get to say that I actually went and did all of this for all 3 characters I was gonna use. I'm just not gonna use Yuna because she's just not performing. We're gonna get to see what the stats of the Aeons are after she's maxed out, which is kind of something I wanted to see anyways. And I still will use Yuna against all of the remaining Dark Aeons. I just won't use her against Penance. Because she'll still be able to do stuff against the Dark Aeons. It's just against Penance that she will just... I have a feeling she's just going to make the game, like, considerably longer. Or the fight considerably longer. And I'm not into it. Not with how far we've gotten into here. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. The only... I'm missing a single... God damn it. Okay, so look, everybody's fully maxed out. They all have the exact same stats except for... What? Tidus. Tidus, I hate you, Tidus. Okay. Damn it. Tidus, I'm very angry at you right now. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go use the magic cheaty button. So, magic cheaty button is right here. Special features. Nope, not that one. Change parameters. Unlock all skills. Let's see if it worked. Nope. That did not do what I thought it did. Ah, it unlocked all the skills for him, but it didn't actually unlock the entire sphere grid. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, well. That's that. Apparently we're using Yuna. Because there's no way I'm doing that again for... Or doing all that again for Waka. It's going to make the rest of this harder than it has any right to be, however. I mean, I just didn't understand how that thing worked. Now I do. Oh, hold up. When they said all characters, they meant also Aeons. And I'm not particularly about that life. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping that that would work the way I wanted it to, and it didn't. So Yuna is still on board. It just means that we're not going to do as much damage as I actually wanted to. Which, as I said, kind of sucks. I had to reload because it also unlocked all of Anima's skills, and I didn't realize that would also affect Anima. I don't really want Anima to be affected by that. Okay, we got to do one more fight against this thing, because apparently Tidus lost 2 points in magic from us deleting a bunch of shit, and I want his skills to be maxed. So we got to do this, and then we're done. And then we get to go fight Shinryu a bunch of times. Like, a bunch of times. What's wrong with having them unlocked? It takes a fair amount of, like... what's the word I'm looking for? It actually takes a fair amount of items to unlock abilities on Aeons. So it would represent a good number of hours not spent actually doing that.